dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yup, what's good, original crew? It's your boy DJ Nuki, your girl.
Sierra Nicole.
Back on the channel, man. We haven't did this in a while, but we got a TikTok story time for y'all today, man. We got what's the worst and longest running lie you have ever told someone. I don't got one.
I don't have one.
I ain't gonna hold you. I don't lies so sweet.
I mean, you do be lying about stuff. Babe.
Been me. You that was my shit, but
I mean, you lie a lot, but
who lie a lot?
But no, I'm just saying.
You.
I was just playing, and I do not be like I play, and I be sarcastic with stuff.
So with that being said, man, before we get into the story times, cause these gonna be good.
You're so annoying. Don't touch me.
They gonna be good and juicy, and I know this is nosy hour. Get into everybody's business, right?
Mm-hmm.
Make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go. If you want the first part, all you gotta do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video,
liking it with a thumbs up.
That's all we ask, man. Let's get into the story time. Let's see what they talking about. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go.
What is the worst and longest lie you've ever kept up with?
When I was young, I would do anything to get out of the school. As I grew older, I learned that, well, I can just run away from school, but this is a story of when I was 11 years old. There was this one night that I really didn't want to go to school. The day after, they wanted your parents to check some grades, and I had like awful grades and shit like that. So I started pretending that I had a stomach ache. You know, I was just kids. I was just screwing around. But I took it very seriously, and eventually my parents said that let's go to the hospital. And I was kind of randomly holding my right lower side of my stomach as the place that hurts. So when we went there, they started thinking whether it's my appendicitis, and they seated the thought in my brain. So I was like, oh, okay, I know what appendicitis is. It's a surgery. So if I get it, I don't need to go to school for like 2-3 weeks. So I started playing the role. Like they would keep testing, they would like try this, and every other test would fail because I had no clue what the symptoms are. Eventually they sent me to this bigger hospital, which was better, and like doctor after doctor, they would come, try this, try that. Everything was very confusing. And back in the day, I was in Iran, so I don't think they cared about like CT scan or something like this. They didn't know if I have it or not, but they said, let this kid sleep here overnight, because if it ruptures, of course, he's gonna die. So it makes sense for us to keep him for a day. I woke up in the morning and I see that they're already talking to my parents that maybe the best decision is to actually like take his appendicitis out. It was the time that people were like, well, it doesn't do anything anyway, so like there is not much harm into it. So they tested a bunch of things and got signatures from my parents, and eventually the main doctor, he kicked everyone out and sat with me one-on-one and said, son, this is it. We're gonna take you to a surgery room. This is gonna like have a toll on your body for the rest of your life. If you're making this up, you have to say it right now. Otherwise you go. And I was like, nope, let's go.
Hell no!
Anyway, long story short, they did open me up. I did not have the appendicitis, but they still took it out regardless. They were happy that they had one to like, that was not like inflamed, so they could use it for their school stuff. And I didn't go to school for weeks after. It took me years and years before I told my parents and siblings that it was all made up. But yeah.
What is the worst?
Honestly, I could not.
I'm not doing it.
That's too
grades,
much,
baby. We're gonna tell mama we're gonna figure something out so we can get these grades up. But I'm not faking it. I'm not doing it.
I don't think it was worth it. I don't think it was worth it. And the doctor, you had already missed school today, so you might as well just say, yeah, I'll go back to school tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And the doctor, he spent the night.
Mm-hmm.
And the next day, the doctor said, like, hey, that's 2 days.
Yeah.
You done got 2 days off, bro. That you didn't want to look. I would be like, bro, yeah, I just want to miss a little school, but you ain't got to tell my daddy. Just give me some soup, some Sprite, some water, some saltine crackers, and I'm good to go.
Ginger is.
Oh,
Longest lie you've ever kept up with. I'll go first. So when I was about 6 years old, after like playing outside, I was like in the bathroom about to get ready for a bath and everything. And I came up with this brilliant idea. Because I was bored, I came up with this idea to prank my grandma and tell her that I got my first period. And of course, like I knew like I couldn't just tell her that. Like I had to show her proof. Cause like she was gonna ask me like, oh, let me see. Like, are you sure? So what I did was I went in my mom's room and I got some red lipstick and I smeared it in the seat of my little underwear. Like, and like I yelled down the steps for my grandma. But instead of my grandma coming upstairs, my mom came upstairs. And like for y'all that don't know, my mom don't play that shit. She one of the moms like, oh, I'm not one of your little friends. Like she would have smacked the shit out of me if I told her that I was fucking playing. So to avoid getting in trouble, I just carried on with it. Like when she got up the steps, I'm like, look, I got my period. Biggest fucking mistake of my life. Yo, this lady broke down and started crying, panicking, screaming. She was like, we going to the hospital. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're only 6 years old. Like she thought I was dying. She scared me. I started crying too. Like... And you would think like after that I told her like no mommy, I'm playing, it's okay. No, bitch. She gave me a pad, and when no one was around, I put the fucking lipstick in the seat of the pad, like just because I was petrified of telling her that I was just joking. And then we walked all the way to the hospital because the hospital was like 45 minutes away. To make a long story short, the doctors didn't know what was wrong with me. They ran tests for like a whole couple of months. Like, wow. I was in and out the hospital for months, like with the doctors trying to find out what was wrong with me. My poor, broke family was spending their last dollars on pads for me that I did not even fucking need. The doctor scheduled an MRI, a brain scan to find out what was wrong with me, and there was nothing wrong with me. In the end, the doctors told my mom that like I must have gotten a hold of a certain chemical that causes bleeding. And they did like a whole little investigation and they found that same chemical inside of like a certain medicine that my grandma used to take. So that was their whole solution for it. And I never told my family that I was fucking lying. It was a prank. That was the most cruel prank. I never told them. Cause why would I tell them that? But fast forward, like all these years later, I'm 18 and my family still thinks that I got my period at 6 years old. I carried this on until I got my real period at 12 years old. I probably won't tell nobody this until I'm on my deathbed. Like, that's how serious my mom is when it comes to being a mom. Like, she don't play. I'm 18 and I'm still not going to tell her this shit. If she see this, then she see this. But I'm not telling her. I'm not going to tell her. Like,
don't be scared.
Hospital bill, hundreds of dollars on pads, skipping school, brain scans, investigation. Was I fucking crazy? What is the worst and longest lie you've ever kept up with?
You think it's that bad?
Huh?
You think that was that bad?
I just think it was bad for in the sense of your parents already don't have money, your family already don't have money, and it's regardless of the fact that it's just a few dollars, it's a few dollars that I don't have that I have to try to figure out to get you pads every month, and then on top of the hospital bills. But
what the hospital investigate? Cause y'all don't know what the shit to be investigating.
I guess just I don't know, probably investigate like what's in the house.
Then y'all found a pill that your grandma been taking, and
there's a chemical or whatever in the
That's sad itself, bro.
For the life of me, I cannot remember exactly how old I was when I first told this lie. Like, the origin story is a little bit fuzzy, but essentially this is what had happened. I was in school and we were doing some sort of like icebreaker or activity for class or something where we had to like tell the class where we were born. My true answer is that I was born and raised in Southfield, Michigan, but so was the vast majority of the people I were in school with. So I wanted to say something different. I wanted to have a more interesting story. So when it was my turn, instead of telling the truth that I was born at the hospital up the street from my house and where we was going to school, I concocted this story about how I was actually born in Texas because my mother traveled to Texas to visit my aunt. And while she was there, she went into labor early and unexpectedly. And so I was born premature in Texas, had to stay there for a little while until she could fly back. And then, I've lived in Michigan the rest of the time. My aunt did live in Texas, but that was the only true part of that story. And you might be thinking, Jillian, why would you tell that lie in the first place? And I honestly couldn't tell you. I had an overactive imagination, and sometimes life was boring. I just wanted to add a little razzle dazzle. But that's not even the real kicker of this story. Now, That was just a little one-off thing I did in class just for my own entertainment. Didn't even think about it after. But my best friend was in class with me, and she's got a great memory. She always remembers everything, still to this day. And in another conversation, like weeks, months later, whenever the fuck, I had said something. Somehow it came up talking about where we were born, and I had said something about being born in Michigan, and she was like, I thought you said you were born in Texas. And I'm just like, damn, ho, like, you really don't forget nothing. But that was the moment when I had to commit to the lie. And so I'm like, yeah, it is what I said in class the other day. Now, mind you, this happened when I was like 8 or 9-ish. And I kept up that lie all the way until I was in college, like with my friends, my peers, everybody. Like, that was the story I was sticking with. And it got to the point that I low-key forgot that it didn't actually happen.
Wow.
Then when it finally came to bite me, I was talking to my friends. Like, I had gotten into astrology. And so I was talking to my friends about my birth chart. And another one of my friends was also into astrology. And she had pulled up my chart on her phone. And she said something different than what I was looking at. And I was like, no, that's like not my big three. Like, what are you talking about? She was like, yes, it is. Like, is this not your birth information? And then I was like, oh shit. Because I had checked my birth certificate and I had the accurate information when I was looking up my chart, but I had forgot that I had told them completely different information previously. Sure. And literally the way I fessed up, like when she asked, I was like in the car with all of my friends and I was like, oh yeah, by the way, that isn't true. And they're just like, bitch, what?
What is the worst?
I ain't gonna lie.
I can't believe nothing you say after this.
I'm not gonna keep up that lie.
Not all the way to college.
And to be real, all these are little white lies that y'all kept and y'all roll with it too long. You used to tell everybody you was born somewhere else. You wasn't.
I did not.
Yeah, you did. Yes, you did. You told me before, for sure.
I just used to tell you that, but I didn't used to go around telling people.
I have told people I wasn't born where I was born. Just because everybody thought.
No, actually, I didn't tell people that I wasn't born where I was born. People used to ask me where I was from, and I used to say something different. But I understand a lot of people are where you from is where you born, but some people feel like where you from is where you was raised or where you like a resident.
But you was always raised in the same
spot. Okay, anyway.
You were born and raised.
Okay, this ain't about me. What about, like, you always tell my business. Tell your own business.
No, I have told people, in high school, I was born
and technically, I didn't lie.
Let me finish. Damn. But I used to tell people, like, no, somebody asked me before, they were like, where you from? And I was like, why? They were like, you don't talk like us. You don't act like us. I was like, yeah, because I ain't from here. They were like, for real? I'm like, yeah, I'm not from here, bro.
Where you tell them you was from? Michigan?
No.
Oh.
Nah, I did used to roll with them. Reason why I have hella family and my mom's dad.
Where did you tell them you was from? Michigan. Cali?
Nah, hell no.
Where did you tell them you was from?
No.
Where did you tell them you was from?
I ain't gonna tell you because it was in high school and they didn't even last long because I said, hi, nigga, I'm playing. And they were like, oh, I thought you was serious. And they were like, oh, no, because they were like, oh, shit, I was finna believe that one. Because you do not.
Because they already believed because.
I don't act like y'all. I'm like, bro, I'm from here. I'm born and raised. I just don't flow with y'all, motherfuckers. Y'all stupid. At the time, the circle of people, right? But when I got to college, people assumed I was from somewhere else as well.
Yeah.
And I used to be like, nah, bro, I'm really not. And they really thought I was from somewhere else. Totally different.
Lie you've ever kept up with?
I feel like I have waited my entire adult life for someone to ask me this exact question. So when I was like 8, I literally did not want to be in school. Like, nothing you could do would get me to want to sit there all day and just listen to someone talk at me. Like, you couldn't do it. I would ask to go to the bathroom like 3 times in a class and just get up and go sit in there for like 15, 20 minutes just to get out of class. I would fake being sick all the time. Like, I have a headache, my stomach hurts, blah, blah, blah. Well, I finally figured out that the fastest way to get my mom to come pick me up from school would be to go to the nurse's office and, puke while I'm there and get sick. And mind you, I have always had an overactive gag reflex, so I've always just been able to, like, vomit on command since I was, like, very young. Like, I'm at a family function, I don't want to be there, like, vomit. You can't stay up this late, vomit. Now you're stuck staying up with me all night type kid. Like, I was a demon child. And I used this every chance I got. And so, like, my mom picked me up from school, like, a couple of times. And, they were like, okay, maybe she just used this thing that she can do to get herself out of school. But it got to the point where it was happening, like, 3-4 times a week. Like, I would just get sick. And at that point, they're like, something's wrong with her. We got to take her to the doctor. So my parents take me to a doctor. They're like, I don't know, like, there's nothing wrong with her. So they give me some Tums, basic stuff, just eat, chicken and rice for food, whatever. But like, I kept it up. Like, it was going on for months. And finally they're like, we've gone to tons of doctors by now. Like, we've gone to the hospital. Like, they were finally like, you know what, let's do an allergy test. Now, if you've never done an allergy test, you go to the doctor and basically like you lay down like with your shirt off, and they basically like prick you in the back like hundreds of times with like different substances just to like see what you're allergic to. Now, mind you, my family has a very extensive history in allergies. And so I literally swelled up like a balloon. Like, I was allergic to literally everything, like dairy, gluten, all sorts of different fruits, tomatoes. Like, if it could be like a main ingredient in any sort of meal, like, I was allergic to it. So finally they get back and they're like, okay, we have the results. Like, now we just have to, adjust your diet to avoid what was making me like sick. So for literal years, like, this happened when I was like 8 until I literally moved out when I was 17. I made my entire family go on like a gluten-free, dairy-free, like trash diet, all to accommodate my allergies, just so my stomach would stop hurting, all because I literally didn't want to go to school. And to this day, they do not know.
What is the worst and long?
Trifling. Have you ever had a situation like that though?
Like what?
Like where you like fake missing school and tried to put on?
I mean, I feel like everybody's like, "Ooh, my stomach hurt," to stay home.
I did
or
one,
something like that. I have before. I've done that, but not like kept it going for like.
I kept mine going, but
No.
mine wasn't a stomach ache.
Mine was like, "Ooh, my stomach hurt."
Oh, and that's another reason why I didn't want to do my allergy test when I used to break out and stuff.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, I'm not finna do a whole allergy. I'm not going to the doctor. I'm finna figure this shit out on my own.
But you may be allergic to something else that you don't know.
As long as I don't swell up and have to take all the medication I was taking, I'm cool. I can control. But now mine used to be, I used to be able to know how to make my nose bleed on point. And so if I'm in a class and I just don't want to be there, I used to just, oh shit. And folks would be like, oh, and it would just be flowing down.
Yeah.
But if you ask me, can I do it now? I'm like, hell no. But in high school, because I started getting nosebleeds so much, I knew how to do it on command to the point I'll be in class and be like, I really don't want to be here. And I just have a nosebleed. I'll be like, oh shit. And they'd be flowing and they'd be like, oh, bro, we got to get you up out of here. I'll be like, yeah, I got to go. Because they'd be like, I know. But I'll be like, I know how to stop it.
Don't hold your head back, but yeah.
No, I'm saying, I just hold my head up and I'll pinch right here.
I was about to say, you don't supposed to hold
I don't hold my head back. Oh, I did that the first time I ever did quick story time.
Oh, gosh.
First time, like, it really, really happened, I had a nosebleed for over an hour. And I kept holding my head back, and it would just start flowing in my mouth.
Yeah, you're not supposed to.
I
don't know why people used to be like, hold your head back, picture. You never supposed to hold your head back.
My mom, one of her best friend, R.I.P., she's passed. You know about her. She was a registered nurse, and she was the one I would have to call, and she would talk me through to get it to stop, like.
Yeah.
And that's how I figure out how to start it and stop it.
Start
it, stop it. But and if I really want to, I'll just have it coming out my mouth and be like, they be
just
like,
real dramatic.
Yeah, they be like, bro, you bleed from the mouth, the nose. We don't know what the fuck to do. And I'll be like, yeah, I know, bro.
Lie you've ever kept up with.
So when I was 15, I went to the emergency room in the middle of the night to get myself and 2 of my friends out of a lie. By lying. Don't act like you're surprised by this. We all know some of my history. We're not surprised. Anyway, a friend and I stayed the night at a third friend's house with the intention of sneaking out with boys. However, her mother, being a mother with intuition, put on the security system that night. And so we could not go out the door or any of the windows. So being the geniuses that we were at 15, we climbed down from her second-story balcony. Don't ask me how we were going to get back up because we literally did not think that far. We had no idea. It did not cross our minds until after we were out of the house. But we snuck out. We went out with boys. It was probably maybe an hour later that her mother ended up calling her because she realized that we were missing. And so on our long walk back home or back to her house, we, of course, started trying to come up with a lie to get us out. Now, at this point, I had a history of side pains that would hit me out of nowhere. They would be really, really bad. And we didn't know a cause for it at the time. It's something I ended up growing out of. But we decided to use that to our advantage. So when we got to her house, I burst in and I just burst into tears. I mean, huge crocodile tears, mostly because I was stressing out about getting in trouble. But I told her mother that I was in excruciating pain and that we had gone on a walk because I was trying to walk it off, like I was in labor or something. Keep in mind, we jumped off a balcony to do this. So anyway, her mother called mine. And so my friend stayed home. My other friend got picked up by her mother. And I was taken to the emergency room by my mother, who, bless her soul, believed me. And I spent hours at the emergency room that night having testing done, like all kinds of stuff done, trying to figure out what was wrong when there was nothing wrong. And now that I'm a mother, I can't even imagine the bill she probably got for that. But to this day, we have just held true that that is what happened that night. We jumped off a balcony so that I could walk off pain. We didn't get in trouble. I have a lot of stories like that, but that's probably one of the ones that we've held on to the longest.
What is the worst and longest lie?
You ever snuck out with your friends like that?
I have never snuck out the house. You've asked me that. I've never snuck out the house.
You said I've asked you that before?
Yeah, I feel like you've asked me that, but I've never snuck out the house.
Who's your mama? What? You and your cousin did some things, bruh.
Why are you always like, why?
I ain't said none of your business. I said y'all done did some things.
What things? What things have we done?
Y'all were hiding ass.
Oh my gosh. We were not hiding ass.
But you said, oh my God, you just
Nothing.
thought of something?
I just thought of something. But none what you asked. It was something totally, because my brain, I was going.
What you thought?
Nothing. But we wasn't.
What
Did
you
you call me a thought?
No, I said hiding ass.
Oh, we was not high.
I said, who's your mama? But where?
We was not high. No, we was not.
Ever kept up with? I'll go first.
So I grew up in a family with 4 kids. So you got attention wherever you could find it. And so in the 5th grade, I purposefully failed the yearly eye exam.
Oh, I did
so
that
they
before.
called my mom, and she took me to the eye doctor, where I failed it again. And I ended up wearing glasses for 2 years.
I did too.
That I didn't even need.
Didn't need.
And eventually I went to junior high and just stopped wearing them. But joke's on me, because now I have to wear them all the time. And I never told anybody till now. So, sorry, Mom.
What's a really weird thing that...
I've done that. I remember
eyes down.
Yeah, I remember my little green glasses I had. And
they were green?
Bro, they were like that notebook green over there. Like that forest.
What notebook?
The notebook over there. Ain't this green or is that black?
That's black.
Look greenish over here. But it was like that forest style green. Like that dark forest green.
Oh, I got you.
And after I got the glasses, I realized, I said, them shit's ugly. My mom used to make me take them to school. I would walk out the house with them and never wear them bitches. And I would come back to the house with them bitches on. I was like, bro, I'm not wearing these glasses, bro. They ugly.
You picked them out? Or did she pick them out?
I think we picked them out.
Well, that's what you picked. You look.
I said, I didn't like them, though.
Well, you should have picked something.
I swear, bro. And them glasses sat on that mother in my room all my years. And I just was like, bro, she ain't gonna never know, bro. I faked the hell out of
I think I was a pretty good kid. I ain't really I used to lie about little stuff, but not like long lies.
I remember going over there because my sister had glasses. Everybody had glasses.
Yeah.
So I said, I want me some glasses too. But I used to always pass my eyes in. So I said, man, I'm finna fake it. And so I was, faking it. And I was like, oh, shit.
Oh, because you wanted to wear glasses like everybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, you was one of those.
At the time.
You were one of those.
Okay. And then, to be honest, there was some good clear glasses where anybody could put on them, and they'd be like,
that was just probably for reading, like some little reading glasses.
They were for small fonts that's far away.
Yeah.
But I was like, who really needs glasses for far away small fonts? And when I mean far away, I mean far away small fonts.
Yeah.
You could just walk up to it if you can't see it. But I just wanted glasses so bad, so my eyes are good, bro. I got good eyes. I got good vision.
Well, yeah, right. Out.
My bad. I ain't mean to do it that
Yes,
bad.
you did.
I ain't
You
mean to
should
do
have
it
did it at
I ain't mean
all.
to do that hard. My
Don't
bad.
even touch me. That
Oh,
hurt.
here we go. Hey, man, make sure y'all spam us up in the comments.
Please do. Don't touch me.
Let me ask you, what's your glasses for, though? Like, how far back can you not see?
My glasses.
You can't drive at night without them bitches.
I actually can drive at night, but they do help.
Where you driving to at night? Without having...
I don't be like that when I be driving. I don't be like that. I don't be like that. But they help. But one of my eyes is nearsighted and the other one is farsighted. And then my eyes are sensitive to light. And then yes, I can't really see at night.
Honestly, y'all, even with us recording, she should actually wear her glasses.
I should wear my glasses. And that's why, if you notice, if you watch us often, I'm always messing with my eyes because they are like always bothering me and they super dry.
She actually should wear them.
But anyway, but I'm not blind. I can see for the most part.
Hey, man. Make sure y'all spell us up in the comments.
They not like bifolk. You know them thick, people, they be like them thick bifocals, and when you look at them, their eyeballs look bigger.
They still thick, though.
They ain't that thick.
They still thick.
No.
But
anyway,
hey, man, make sure y'all spam us up in the comments. Let us know y'all thoughts and opinions down below,
Please
man.
do.
But as always, I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Here to go.
We are
Kid and C.
Oh my God. See why?
My brain just said.
Alright, you ready?
I'm ready. I've been ready.
I do go by the name DJ New Kid. This is
Here to go.
We are
Kid and C.
Yeah, y'all.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar. Let me watch out for my partner.